Hello guys, good morning to Encik Miza and my fellow students. So today, I myself and together with my friends Najmi Farha, Wana Fatiha, Amira Akila and Putri Fazana are going to present about the chapter 6 under OSHA, which is Workplace Environment and Ergonomics. So before we going to present more detail about the chapter 6, so there are some reasons why we are going to present this topic. So the purpose for this presentation are to understand the workstation design principle. Other than that, we're going to understand about the ergonomics risks and also understand the workplace environment. We're also going to learn about identify types of noises, effects of exposure, and how the steps of to protect our own hearing in the workplace. Last but not least, we're going to learn to appreciate the proper and safe methods of ergonomics in the workplace. So, a lot of people curious what is the actual meaning of ergonomics because the ergonomics were quite unique. So, I'm going to explain history of the ergonomics. The word ergonomics is obtained from the word Greek words which is ergos and nomos. What does this mean? Ergos means work for now. Nomos means principle of laws. This combination gives us the phrase ergonomics, which means the science of work. So, ergonomics seeks to improve the match between the job and man's physical abilities, information handling, and the work capacity. So, in early 18th century, Dr. noted that workers who require to maintain body position for the long term. If the work didn't maintain the body position for a long time, they most probably will create musculoskeletal disorder problems. What does this mean? So that is means they will having a pain, muscles, bones, and also the skeletons. So, by improving the work environment and ergonomics, we can reduce the chances of getting injuries for the workers and employer for the comfort zone. So, what is workplace environment means? The workplace environment is a place discuss performance and head of human resources. It's an organization. A good workplace environment is actually very important for workers. This is because workplace environment supports the needs of the workers and where a worker operates in a conducive environment. So these pictures are showing the right way of body position. So for the next slide, I'm going to pass to my friend to explain objective of this presentation.
What are the major objectives of ergonomics? The first one is to secure health, safety, and comfort of persons doing the work. The second one is to improve the comfort and utility of various equipment and facilities. For our mechanical department at Sultan Shah, the facilities that we have is our workshop and many more. The third one is to achieve better work efficiency and effectiveness. Understand workstation design principle. The first one is illustrate sitting work position. One of the most important parts of the workstation is a well-designed chair for the operator. And these are the following recommendations that we should follow. The first one is the front of the seat should be a waterfall design. The purpose is that it can provide sufficient clearance for the flash of the blood and to prevent reduction of blood circulation. And that is the example for waterfall seat. For tasks that require frequent lateral movements, the seat should be swiveled. so they can move easily. Next, in order to achieve satisfactory and comfortable posture, it may be necessary to adjust the workstation height. Handrests should be provided. So I think that handrests is the most important thing because they can rest their hand on top of that. The seat should adapt to the user, not vice versa. Chairs must be stable and easily adjustable from the seated position. Seat band height should be adjustable and transfer the user's weight through the buttocks. Illustrate standing work position. These are the guidelines for optimum posture for standing job. Avoid having operators to stand still in one place for a long time. The second one is the activity of leg muscles acts as a pump and assists the veins in returning blood to the heart. Last, provide a rubber or padded mat where prolonged standing cannot be avoided. It can reduce fatigue and improve comforts. As we can see from the example of standing operation picture there, we can see that there is a rubber or padded mat.
My name is Wanufata binti Mio Baharum. I will continue our group presentation for next topic, understand ergonomic risk. The first topic is musculoskeletal disorder, or a short form is MSD. Musculoskeletal disorder are among the common of human. They affect all age group and frequently cause disability, impairment, and handicap. They consist of a variety of different diseases that cause pain or discomfort in the bone, joint, muscle, and surrounding structures. They can be acute or chronic, focal or diffuse. The next is sign or symptom of musculoskeletal disorder. The sign is decreased range of motion, deformity, decreased grip strength, loss of muscle function. Symptom of musculoskeletal disorder is pain, numbness, tingling, burning, cramping, and stiffness. And the next topic is understand workplace environment. The first one is indoor air quality. Indoor air quality, or a short form IAQ, is term referring to the air quality within and around building and structure, especially as it relates to the health and comfort of building occupants. Indoor air quality can be defined as the totality of attributes of indoor air that affect a person's health and well-being. That is effect indoor air quality on respiratory system. First, heart edge, fatigue, trouble concentrating, irritation of the eyes, nose, throat and lungs, asthma and cancer. That is measure indoor air quality. For measure indoor air quality, we can use the direct reading. These are measurement techniques that can immediately indicate the concentration of aerosol, gas or vapor by some means such as a dye or meter, or noting the color change of an indicator chemical. The next is lighting. Lighting unit can be direct, indirect, or combination of the two. Direct lighting sends 19% to 100% of the light down to the work area. Lighting unit should have low brightness, lens, and glare control low res that evenly distribute the light to prevent shadows like the tiles, ceiling, and wall independently. Indirect lighting sends 19 to 100% of the light up to the ceiling and wall, where it then reflects to the work area. While it uses more energy, indirect lighting provides soft, even lighting with minimal shadow or glare. shadow and glare. It is useful when you don't need high level of brightness. Use indirect lighting on clean, highly reflective surface so that the light reaches the work area. Next is sightedness. Sightedness have two types. Myopia is nearsightedness. Hyperopia is farsightedness. Myopia is the ability to clearly see objects up close but not just at a distance. Hyperopia is a common vision condition in which you can see distant objects clearly, but objects nearby may be blurry. Nearsighted vision is left, normal vision is right.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. My name is Putri Fazana Metiroshan Nizal. Today I would like to explain about temperature and humidity. Temperature and humidity. Humidity is the sum of ambient water vapor or moisture. We do need it for comfort and health. Even eat too much of it can produce stuffy surrounding. Severe problems may also be caused by too much humidity or not enough humidity. If there is too much humidity, mold can become a risk. If there is not enough humidity, it will cause breathing problems and statics and spark in your area. A hygrometer is the easiest method to use to keep eyes on the amount of humidity. Measuring humidity. To measure and control humidity, there are different devices used. A device used to measure humidity is called psychrometer or hygrometer. A humidistat is used to regulate the humidity of a building with a dehumidifier. This can be similar to a thermometer and thermostat for temperature control. The humidity of the air can be measured by hygrometer. If the numbers are too high or too low, we have to consider taking an action in balancing the humidity. Air humidity can also be estimated by measuring the dry bulb temperature and the wet bulb temperature. Measure humidity. There are a few steps to measure humidity by using hygrometer. First, place it in a room that you would like to measure the humidity. Second, leave the hygrometer alone for 2 hours on its own. This will allow the space more time to measure the humidity. Third, aim at an arrow on mechanical hygrometer. It will point to a number that ranges from 0 to 100. This number is estimate percentage of the humidity picked up by the device. The optimal percentage is 50 to 55. Now I would like to explain about noise and hearing. The term hearing describes the mechanism, function, or power of sound perceiving. Hearing is the important sense when you work in noise surrounding like factory industry. Noise can be a major factor in causing injuries. Noise can make an accident effect worse than they would have been. For example, a worker whose hand was stuck in manufacturing equipment yelled for help. But because of the background noise, he was not hurt. At last, he lost his hand. On the other hand, exposure to excessive noise can result in hearing loss for a longer period of time or permanently. Hearing loss is an extreme and frequently painless, progressive, and permanent trait. If you lose of one's hearing, it reduces the quality of life, and being unable to hear warning and other important signals at work which can result extreme hazard. Measuring noise. There are various of devices to measure sound such as sound level meter, dosimeter, and octave band analyzer. A sound level meter used to get an overview of the noise produced by the output of each activity employee or provide an overall noise level in specific region. A noise dosimeter is constantly monitor the sound level to which an employee throughout the day by using a microphone that is placed near their ears. It offers a weighted average length of 8 hours. An octave band analyzer, which it can be used when they are very dominant, but it often not required to use such a device unless an acoustic professional attempt to establish a noise engineering strategy. Types of noise. There are two types of noise, which is steady and impulse or blast. Steady is a sudden or gradual onset of continuous noise and a long duration, which is more than 1 second. For example, aircraft power plant noise and pressurization system noise. The maximum allowable continuous exposure level to steady noise in working environment is 90 decibel for 8 hours according to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. For impulse or blast, is the sudden onset or short period noise burst less than 1 second that typically exceed intensity of 140 decibel. For example, shooting of a pistol, the detonation of firecracker, the backfire of piston engine, the high volume of radio equipment, and the sonic boom created by the sound barrier being breached. The effect of noise exposure. During exposure to a 120 decibel noise, ear discomfort may occur. During exposure to a 130 decibel noise, ear pain may occur. Eardrum rupture may occur during exposure to 130 decibel noise. Temporary hearing impairment because of exposure to a 90 decibel noise for a short time, even in several hours. Permanent hearing impairment because of exposure to loud noise, which is higher than 90 decibel for 8 hours or more. How to protect your hearing when you work in noise surrounding, for example, workshop and factory. We can use earplug, communication headset, and active noise reduction. Earplugs is affordable, effective, and comfortable to provide hearing protections. Earplug provide 30 to 35 decibel of noise protection. Communication headset. It is easily done and removed than earplugs. For active noise reduction, they use the active noise reduction technology. It provides effective protection against low frequency noise wave. So this is how we can protect our hearing from ear damage. So this is all from me.
Appreciate the proper access methods of ergonomics in the workplace. This report has outlined some of the most common ergonomic problems, their causes, and some action we can take to reduce the risk of injury. But as we know, ergonomics seeks ways to make the job fit the person rather than the other way around. That means it is by definition a very individualized approach to designing tools, tasks, and work areas. Each people's body is different in terms of size, shape, and capability. Each of us use different tools, movement, sit, stand, and move in different positions in the course of a day. So any effort to make your work really ergonomic, to adapt jobs to people and not force people to fit your jobs, must involve every single person in the workplace. If we ignore this symptom for too long, we may eventually be unable to perform our current job. We may have to permanently transfer job, undergo physical therapy, or even have surgery. In the very worst case, we can develop such a major and painful disability that we were unable to work. So, please pay attention to how our body feels and when we're walking, when we were working or doing something that using many energies. Try to identify what causes pain, numbness, or other symptoms. Work with our supervisor is can make us feel more safe to make sure we have a workplace that's free of ergonomic hazards. Ergonomic demands a two-way approach, namely fitting the job to the worker and fitting the worker to the job. They are two-way or adaptation process. It is mainly determined by my abilities and disabilities. Ergonomic is interdisciplinary, as we discussed above. Ergonomic designing the job to fit the worker, not forcing the worker to fit the job, so it will reduce the fatigue and improve the work condition for the worker. And therefore, conclusion. Thank you.